This episode is brought to you by Google Pixel, the official fan phone of the NBA and WNBA. The new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro are built different. How? Take the Audio Magic Eraser tool. It helps block out distracting crowd noise so your play-by-play commentary sounds crystal clear. The only phone engineered by Google brings out the audio you care about so your videos sound as crisp as they look. Learn more at googlestore.com/pixelnba. Audio Magic Eraser requires Google Photos app. May not work on all audio elements.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, the future of YouTubers, because this is a topic. This is a topic right here. I wanted to talk on this because I honestly do see the future of YouTubers. It's going to be nothing but like good things from here on out. Because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because of this whole Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight. Would you honestly sit down and think about how many people are going to be watching this fight? This honestly brings me back to the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and then the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fights, and just how big those fights were, and how big this fight's gonna be with Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. Because you got Floyd Mayweather fans and you got Logan Paul fans. A lot of fans amongst those two people, okay? A very big fan base. And then you got boxing fans, and then you got YouTube, like YouTubers and their fans. This fight is going to be huge. It is. And I honestly, and the crazy thing about it, like, you know, I know a lot of people are like saying like, oh, Logan Paul's like hands down gonna lose. Even I'm doubting the man. But at the same time, I'm like, what if we're wrong? Like, what if this is I feel like a lot of people that go out in public and they let others know that they're YouTubers, they're going to get challenged to a fight. Like, I feel like that there's going to be people out there that just automatically assume all YouTubers know how to fight. There's going to be YouTubers that be like, just bro, I'm just a guy with a camera. Like, what did I do? I didn't even do anything. That was Logan Paul that knocked out Floyd Mayweather. I didn't knock him out, but I'm saying if Logan Paul, if he somehow managed to win that fight, that's going to be crazy. Like, that's honestly going to be crazy. That's something I'm like, nah. I want to refuse to believe it, but the possibility of it. Like, the fact that he managed to get this fight, and it's like, Logan Paul, my thing is, like, if you look at his boxing record, so he fought twice. And it was the draw with KSI, and then it was the loss that he took again with KSI, and that's it. Like, you would have thought that Floyd Mayweather would have went up against Jake Paul first, because now that would be a fight where because with Logan Paul seemed like, and it's no disrespect to him, but that's one thing that I've noticed is like, this man just seems too much of a, like, he seems like he's the type of person that fights only if he needs to fight. Like, that's why I'm like, what I noticed, like, he seemed like he only needed to fight with KSI because it was like, you know, KSI is throwing punches. It's like, he can't go throughout that whole fight not throwing punches, because then it's not going to be a fight then. It's just going to be these guys just running around and stuff. So, to me, Logan Paul, he just comes off as a person that's just going to, is a defender. You know, that's what I feel like I noticed from him. And then with Jake Paul, he's more of an attacker. And speaking of Jake Paul, I guess he's supposed to be having like this fight with the UFC. Or I can't think of that guy's name, but I think he's a pretty popular UFC fighter. And yeah, like, if them two fights, bro, I'm telling you, if them two fights are on the same day, that's it. Like, the internet is done. I'm saying, man, like, the internet, that's going to definitely get talked on for. And if it goes down, like, well, how everybody's doubting it to go down, like, imagine if Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they both knock out this professional UFC fighter. And I think this UFC fighter, he's more of a boxing guy. He's more of a, like, you know, hands-on. Like, he got something about him where I think from what I've heard, like, this dude, he knows how, he's a better fighter than that guy that Jake Paul fought not too long ago, the Ben Askren guy. So, if Jake Paul knocks this guy out or wins the boxing match, and then Logan Paul wins his boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, the internet is done. That's going to get talked about for probably a week, probably a lot longer than that, probably a full like month and a half. Like that's gonna honestly be crazy. Like, and I think that's when Logan Paul is like really. I feel like that's when if anything, this man has to really show his potential in this fight. Like he has to be like, okay, like this has to like almost go in my favor. Like if it doesn't go completely in his favor, it has to get to a point where he gets Floyd to think like I'm in jeopardy, like my whole career. And just to think, Floyd Mayweather, this man has fought his whole life, okay? His whole life. He done went up against some of the best fighters in the world. For him to lose against Logan Paul, I don't think not too many people under like it is just now hitting me like on how serious that can get. Cause I'm like, bruh, if he loses, that's it. Like it's over. I mean, and you know, and that's the thing where it's like he done had a good career. And you know what? Here's the thing. That's where it's like, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, like the reason why Jake Paul, like the people that he's gone up against, because he went up against Nate Robinson and then this Ben Askren guy, and they're like, oh, them guys is old, like, you know, Jake Paul is all young. If Floyd Mayweather wins this fight, then I'm like, that whole like, oh, old versus young, like that argument is out the window. I just think it's like if this person is a trained fighter, if they know how to fight, then I'm like, because I'm like, I think with Nate Robinson, he thought it was gonna probably be like some street fighting type stuff. Like if it was a street fight, he probably could win a fight against Jake Paul. But since it was a professional boxing match, you know, like ain't nobody like that's just one thing where it's like, you know, you're trained to be a boxer, you're not, you know, trained to be no street fighter and stuff. This ain't no world star hip hop type fight. So it's like you got to you know, you gotta like set some boundaries for yourself in the boxing ring. And I feel like that's why Nate Robinson lost that fight, because it was like, you know, it wasn't something that he always did. Like maybe if he had like some practice fights, it's one thing to spar, but I feel like if he had some like practice fights and just, you know, kind of like build up the boxer in him, I feel like Nate Robinson could have been a good boxer. And then same with Ben Askren. I'm like, if he had like some boxing record, a boxing record underneath him, he would have been a better boxer. And so I feel like whoever this UFC fighter is that's gonna be fighting Jake Paul, I think they're supposed to be fighting. I don't know, but whoever he is, I'm like, if that I honestly I think because it's you, I don't know. I think that guy is a. Hold on for a second. Let me see, because I'm like I need to have like something in front of me to let me know next fight. Declines embarrassing Daniel fight challenge. Next opponent could be former UFC fighter. They're not really saying. I can't think of that guy's name, but oh wait a second, here we go. So there's all like he'll fight Kamaru Usman. I think that's that man's name. And let's see his record, or let's just overall see like what his past is all about. Let's see if he got any like boxing backgrounds and stuff. Let's see here. Oh, they say he got like one loss, and he's 33. Oh, this is the dude that just fought not too long ago, and he knocked that man out. Wasn't that? No, he didn't knock out the guy that trained him. They said one of his trainers for grappling. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Oh no, it's another person. I was about to say, fam. Wait a minute. What? I'm like, nah, y'all, nah. Okay, two people named George. There's two different people. But anyways, when did he lose a fight? Oh, he lost. This is like back in 2013. Ever since then, that man done won all his fights by TKOs and unanimous decisions and KOs. Yeah, I'm like, that man, he goes up against Jake Paul. I'm like, then it's done. I'm like, I feel like that'll probably be Jake Paul. And what's this guy? His style is wrestling. But he knocked the dude out with some punches, and that's why I'm like, yeah, he got like some like TKO and KO like wins on his record. So that's why it's like, he seemed like he's a good striker. He seemed like he knows what he's doing. Even in his first fight, he won. It was like he won by T. So I think that this Kamaru Usman guy, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, forgive me. I'm like I be messing up on names and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, if Jake Paul goes up against that guy, I'm like that's gonna probably be Jake Paul's like greatest threat. And talking on Floyd Mayweather, I'm like I wouldn't really consider Logan Paul a threat, but I do feel like that Logan Paul, he is gonna give this fight his all. So that's one thing for sure. But man, like they really opening up the doors for YouTubers. I feel like besides this, like YouTubers is gonna have like a lot to offer. Cause that's the thing though, like to speak on YouTubers, and to speak on all YouTubers, we are talented people. Like, I just think that a lot of people kind of sleep on us because we're like, oh, we're doing things like the easy route. Like we ain't had to go through. Because I'm like, what, with YouTubers, let's say for an example, like a YouTuber that's into music. Like back then when you wanted to get into music, it's like you had to send in a demo tape. I feel like that's not what a mixtape. No, they overall had to send in some like music to a record label just to get a deal, and maybe the deal might not work, so then they end up getting signed to like some small. It's like a lot that goes on in the music industry. So there is that, and then it's like with acting, you have it where YouTubers they'll be doing like better acting than some actual actors, like, and then whether it's funny, serious, or whatever it is, like you have it where there's YouTubers that kill it with acting. You have like comedy YouTubers where it's like, fam, they're a lot better than some comedians out there. So and that stuff gets slept on because it's like, people are not going on YouTube for comedians. They're not listening to some YouTube like musician, even though there has been musicians that blown up from YouTube. Because I think Justin Bieber blew up from YouTube. What was that one girl? It's like something Kelly. Hold on for a second. Is that it? Is that her name? Tori Kelly? Tori Kelly. Yeah, I think she got famous from Vine though. I think that's where she got famous from. Wasn't it Vine? I thought it was Vine. Cause I remember she came out with she auditioned for American Idol. That's probably where a lot of people. I just remember her from Vine. I remember she did a song, and it was like I'm pretty sure everybody knows like the whole Vine situation. Like it was a 7-second like video app. But I remember she did like a song on there, and then she blew up, and she has like one of the most honestly, that girl has one of the most successful music careers out there. It's like you got famous from an app where only 7 seconds was like to be shown of you, and you turned that into something. Yeah, like you did something there. And even with like then there's YouTubers where it's like there's YouTubers that used to be on Vine, like David Dobrik for an example. That man was and even the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake Paul. Like to see those guys come from those apps or that app, and then they're into like they're like some of the biggest like content creators today. Like I'm saying, like that's that's crazy. All of those guys got like freaking 20 million subscribers. Hold on for a second. Let me see how many subscribers they all have. Jake Paul, he has. Did he delete his YouTube? Nah. So he has. Okay, I found it. I was about to say, bro, wait a minute. What? Like, there's like all these other videos that popped up first before his channel, but Jake Paul, he got 20 million subscribers. Logan Paul, he has 22 million subscribers. David Dobrik, I think he has over 20-something million. He only has 18 million subscribers. Dang, well, I think because all that stuff that went down with him, that's probably why because I did think at one point in time he did have like 20 million subscribers. But let's see if that Tori Kelly girl, she has like a YouTube channel. She only has 2.9 million subscribers. Oh, that's cap. I'm like, nah, y'all gotta give her more than that. I'm like, fam, what? But no, but I'm like, but even like 2 million, like I think it's close to it's close to 3 million. So she's getting somewhere and stuff. But because I'm like, back in the day, I remember when 3 million subscribers, like that was like you were like the PewDiePie and freaking what's that one show that's like for kids, Coco Melon, because there's like them, like, and then it's just crazy to think like there's YouTubers out there with like hundreds of millions of subscribers, and they got more subscribers. Like, let's see how many subscribers does Drake have. Nope, I didn't want to click on that video. Drake has on his channel, let it pop up, 24 million subscribers. So it's like Drake, one of the biggest artists of our time, if not the biggest artist of our time, got less subscribers than PewDiePie. And it's like PewDiePie, I'm like, bruh, I'm saying like that man got 100 million. So it's like, I feel like that there's, there's content creators. I just feel like content creators are slept on. Even if we're bigger than like today's biggest artist or whatever, I just feel like that content creators are being slept on. So if it takes Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Tori Kelly, and all these other different like YouTubers and content creators of some sorts, if it takes them to open up the doors for us, because even with Among Us and how big that game became, and there was that one guy, Corpse's husband, I think that's that man's name, but he was out there doing games with that one, like, she's like a politician. She's somebody. It's like AOC or something like that. What's her name? Yeah, Alexandria Cortez. Okay, Alexandria Cortez. I ain't gonna try to pronounce that middle name, but anyways, like, yeah, she, like, dude was out there playing Among Us with her, and I'm like, to me, I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. That's some things where it's like, if you would have asked me that a while ago, do you see politicians and YouTubers playing games with each other? I'm like, probably not, because they just don't seem, that just doesn't seem like it would be realistic. You'd think like, oh, I guess there could be the possibility of it, but it just don't seem realistic. So that's what I'm like, yeah, the future of YouTubers, it's honestly going to be crazy. So I'm like, I'm glad I'm in this point in time in my life where I'm on YouTube, just so I can see how much like YouTubers grow and stuff. So, but anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 31 YouTube channels. What else? Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook at TMossBoss. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.